Let's talk about the differences between the Candy Glazes and the new YSL Love Shines. Also, can we admire this adorable PR box I got in the mail? Since YSL released a new product, I thought it would be the perfect time to compare it to the viral Candy Glazes. I also can see how it can be confusing between the two because they look very similar. But in terms of packaging, the stripes on the middle of them are very different, where the new ones are pink and the original ones are red. Okay, starting with the Candy Glazes. This formula is very thick and like melty in a way. As you can tell, there's a ton of pigment, but it's also super high shine. It's like a lip gloss on your lips. I would say the finish is comparable to like the glossy bombs like this Charlotte Tilbury one or even the Tarte one. High shine, high pigment, and very thick formula. However, where I think it can go wrong is that sometimes the applicator is so big that it can get a little messy upon application on the lips, which I find a little frustrating. Overall, I think there's a tiny bit of a learning curve to this product. It's very easy to apply too much because it's such high pigment, but once you learn how to apply it right, it looks amazing. As you can see on the lips, it is so glossy. I would even compare these to the Hourglass. Definitely not like identical, but they are very comparable in terms of formula and finishes. Anyways, on to the Love Shines. As you can tell, the Love Shines look very different compared to the Candy Glazes. If we swatch it right next to the Candy Glazes, you can tell the formula isn't as glossy and it's not as thick. And what I like about that is that you can actually build it up on your lips better and kind of control the pigment. This texture is more balmy, but not in the like waxy lip balm sort of way. I would say the formula is so much more buildable, yet it's able to deliver that shine. But I would honestly describe it more as like a natural sheen. I think the Love Shines are more for everyday and they look a lot more natural on the lips because they are so much more buildable in that sense compared to the Candy Glazes where the pigment can be extremely intense in literally like one swipe. I'm going to show the Candy Glaze on the bottom with a darker color so you guys can tell like the one swipe pigment. Look at that. And because it's like so melty, it can like get a little uneven. But with the Love Shines, I've also got a pigmented shade here. I can just do one swipe. And it has a very even finish because the formula is not as melted. And it's not as pigmented as the Candy Glazes. If you're looking for a very melty, glossy balm with super high pigment, I would go for the Candy Glazes. Thick and nourishing and looks so beautiful and glossy on the lips. If you are looking for a more buildable lipstick kind of for everyday wear, I would go with the Love Shine. It's just perfect for everyday wear and it has more of a natural sheen than like super high gloss finish, which I actually really like. But yeah, let me know which one you guys prefer. I actually like both and I think they are very different products. But I definitely think the new Love Shines are worth trying out in store and swatching to see if you like the colors and formula. But yeah, what product should I compare next? Bye guys!